Now tuned into the motherfucking greatest.
Yeah, Steve Martin's on the report in that. That'll be funny. I think he's doing a musical album. I think I heard that.
Yeah, banjo. It sounds good too.
Check,
One,
check,
two,
check, check.
1, 2.
I was about to say, what are you guys doing?
I didn't know he was going first.
Check, 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 yo, check, check, check.
Check, 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 check.
Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check.
Oh, that's
No,
right.
Shibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-doo.
You want me to just mumble this whole show for shits and grins? The whole show? And Danny's with us. Yeah.
What'd you paying for? This shirt is.
So we're ready to go, right?
You a big fan of Freddy Got Fingered?
Yeah, dude, that movie's
Big
fucking
time,
right.
buddy,
I
big
wish I used to have it. I had it in college. Somebody ganked it straight out of my dorm room. I lost a ton of shit at college. I hate that fucking place.
Let's
Is that
get
why you didn't graduate?
No.
How to protest?
No.
stood up during graduation.
Yeah.
I fucking Freddie got fingered. If I don't get it back right now, I'm out of here.
I'm going home. I will never
I'm
make
gonna-
shit of
I'm
myself.
gonna
I'll show
give,
you
I
guys.
want to give you all my money. You're going to owe it to you for years. But by God, you're not going to ever see me in class again. Not till somebody brings back Freddie got fingered.
You showed them.
So that's how we're going to start off show number 40.
Sure. Wow,
It's
is this
been
40?
Yeah,
Wow. We've been almost doing this a year?
almost.
You guys have. Yeah.
Well, we had to take a break for a little bit.
Right.
Right.
Little hiatus.
While we were gone, we
It's a mini-sodes.
we never missed a show. Really, they were considerably shorter, but you know, we gave you fair warning that we were going to be back, and now we're here at number 40 and going strong. At some point, we'll just stop counting. But I think at least for the first 100, this means something.
like 1127 we'll stop. counting.
Right.
coming up on
When
the
we break Cal Ripken's streak.
Yeah.
coming up on the bicentennial, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
I feel weird without the headphones on.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, we're outside today. It's kind of nice.
Freaking beautiful, man.
Oh, it's gorgeous out here.
I think that there's some bad weather, it's going to cool off in the next couple of days. But since we have this little window to sit outside, I really wish I could have a beer with you guys, but I got to go to work at midnight tonight. So
You can't burn off a beer and
You can't walk off a beer in like 6 hours?
no, I'll go into work just wasted. If I have one, I'll have it 9.
I hear you, buddy. I don't have an addictive personality until it comes to beer. And
sure.
If I have one, gotta have 12.
Well, since we've last spoke, this show starts off with kind of a heavy heart because, you know, the world is kind of keeping their eyes on the situation and want to know what's going on and what kind of recovery the nation will go through. Of course, I'm talking about the death of Nate Dogg.
Of course. Of course. Danny, did you cry your ass to sleep that night?
no, I didn't know.
I mean, that's when what?
No, I didn't know until Harry texted me. He's like, "Oh, you doing okay?" And I was like checking my Twitter feed, and I'd just seen a bunch of them being like, "Nate Dogg, rip Nate Dogg, oh Nate Dogg." I was like, "God damn it, here we go."
Right.
He's like, "Hey, you doing okay, man? Just want to make sure you're feeling all right." And I was like, "No,
He had strokes in different area codes.
right."
It wasn't half as bad as the beating I took this week. So, okay.
Wait for it.
Okay.
Wait for it.
I'm going to tell you the story.
First
everybody's
off,
saying
before
don't
you tell
tell
the
the story.
okay, no, you can tell the story the way that you want to, but I want to give you a little bit of a build-up, if I could.
Yeah.
Because prior to this happening, you've been having one hell of a week.
Dude, greatest week of my life so
Right.
far, man. Living life.
Chuck
I'm
is
happy.
back. Classic Chuck.
Yeah.
Classic Chuck.
Yeah. I'm loving it, man.
Right. So you've been on a big upswing here lately, and then not so much. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
we had to knock you down a peg or two.
I got about 900 text messages from numbers I didn't know, most of them, calling me a I moved out of Twan's house, and I took everything with me. And
Almost everything.
I forgot that in the closet, I had some books hidden.
Now, what kind of reading material?
Well, one was a vitamins book. Was reading some stuff on vitamins and stuff. And one was a reptile book. I'm kind of infatuated with snakes because they scare me, and nothing else scares me, so I'm kind of infatuated with something that
I
scares
know
me.
exactly what you mean.
It's crazy. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Like, you get infatuated with that one thing that
Like
can
I
make you
really
feel that
want.
way.
I love going in the snake house at the zoo. I love it because I like being that close to them. You know.
Yeah.
But like in nature, like every snake I see might as well be a super poisonous black mamba
Right, yeah.
anaconda.
Every
you know,
one of them is
like,
one species. They're called fuck snakes. You go, fuck snake! And you're like,
right, right. They're like, oh, it's just a little garden snake. And you're like, I don't give a fuck. You know, it could swallow me whole.
look at the fangs. Look at the bones.
Right. What behind the rabbit? It is the rabbit.
It's the rabbit.
Look at the bones. Oh man.
But yeah, so I had a reptile book hidden, and I had 3 Twilight books hidden in there. And wouldn't you fucking know it, I forgot to take them.
Yeah.
Antoine found them.
Yeah.
He lays them out on a bed, takes a picture of them, and says, "You got some explaining to do." I go, no, no.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I know that I sent your number out to a bunch of people and was like, you got to give Chuck shit now. And they did. And I'm proud of them.
I have never texted Harry in my life. I thought there's no way he knows how to text. No way. I mean, it's ridiculous. He knows how to hit the sound effects and stuff, but that's just a button, We taught him how to do that.
Right.
But I thought there's
like
no
a
way.
week.
But that son of a bitch got Twan's picture message, and with that, and Twan just texts him. He texts, and I guess they're all his old army buddies or something. I was getting shit from 636 area codes, 314, 97, all over the place. I bet there was people from California texting me. I didn't know any of the numbers. That was the bad thing. Like, if somebody's giving you shit, you want to know their name so you can give them shit back. Not me. It just says 314-27, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like,
You just text everybody back, fuck off?
well, the first couple I text back, who is this? Who is this? I did that twice, and then they all started showing up. I go, fuck it. I just text them back, right on. Cool. You're fake, too. Fuck you.
I got a big long message that said, hey, give Chuck some shit because we found the Twilight books in his closet at Twan's. And I was like, okay, what am I going to say? I'm trying to think of like a really good line. What can I come up with? So I just texted fag.
Yeah.
It wasn't very original. I'd already gotten 17 of those
Right.
to that point. Yeah, that was funny though, man.
So, I mean, it was nice for you to, spread your wings and fly for a little while, Chuck, but it doesn't take long for us to knock you down a peg or two.
Fucking Team Edward, dude, he's hot.
That's why you were so depressed.
He's a little pale, but he's hot.
Pasty.
What's shit? What is that Jim Carrey movie? Oh, that Whitey. They're like says something about
Myself and
Me,
Irene.
Myself, and Irene.
yeah. He's like
I killed my parents and my sis.
there was some part he goes. She's like, don't you notice anything about him? She looks a little pale.
Looks a little pale, that's all.
That's hilarious.
We actually got some feedback even onto the Facebook page about someone said, I want to hear more about Team Edward. And so, yeah, that's coming. Chuck, we're not going to let this go, and we're not done with this, not by a long shot.
Team Edward, buddy. That's all I'm saying.
We went to war with another Middle Eastern country.
Oh, yeah.
Way to
I
go.
seen
Now
that.
we're bombing Libya.
Be there for about 16 years.
I kind of like the way he's doing it. There's no ground troops.
Right.
I mean, we can
There's
sit
really
back
no,
and just bomb the fuck out of people.
Right.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Even if it's another country doing it, every one of those bombs that are dropped say made in the USA because that's the only thing we do anymore.
Right.
That's the only thing America manufactures anymore is weapons. That's how we make our money. We supply every military in the world.
Yeah.
And bomb brown people.
And then, bomb
the
brown
shit out of
people
brown
until
people.
they buy our shit.
I guess North Korea ain't brown enough for us.
Right. That guy's just begging for an ass
Come
whooping.
on.
He's
Come
like,
on.
break it, motherfuckers. I got weapons. I will use them.
Yeah.
I will point them at like the most populated center and blast them to smithereens.
He's fucking
And we're like-
ballsy, isn't he?
And we're like, hey,
He wants to be a rock star.
Shit.
you got any oil? And he's like, no, I ain't got no oil. Well, fuck off then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, got the oil over
Back
there?
in your
While he's
corner.
sitting there pondering it, we're like, okay, well, why should we not, mercilessly slaughter you? And while he's sitting there thinking up a good reason, just...
Honestly, they have no natural resources that we want to take.
Dude, no.
We're not gonna get
They got fucking nothing over there, dude.
because
they got pissed
whenever they
off
were
people and sand and rocks.
whenever they were talking about Iraq, saying they had nuclear weapons and all this shit, he was seriously sitting up in Korea going, "I got them. We're going.
Right.
We're going. Do you have them, Iraq? Do you have them?" He goes, "I do. I do. Are you
Right.
guys listening to me?
Yeah.
I got them, and I'll use them on you. Just saying it. And we're like,
Yeah.
no, they're like, no, don't worry about you. Just hold on.
Yeah, I think he just.
We're talking to them. This is a AB. You see your way out of it, there,
Right.
guy.
Yeah, Kim Jong-il, go back in your hole. We will
Yeah.
get to you later. All right?
Yeah.
Go drill for some oil. When you find some, let us know. We will come and take your
Yeah,
nuclear
exactly.
weapons then.
Hans Briggs. Oh, hey, Hans.
Yeah.
That was something I wanted to like kind of do a whole show about. Was just different conspiracy theories, and I don't want to talk about like, hey, do you think there was a second gunman on the grassy knoll, or nothing like that. But like, do you think there's a group of like 12 guys that decide when they're going to have wars and when the price of gas is
I
going
think
to go up?
smaller than that.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
I'd say if I had to take a stab in the dark, I would say it's roughly 80% of the military industrial complex, because like they can take a contract with, let's say, Microsoft, and they can go build us a fucking a jump portal from here to Iraq, and Microsoft, if they think they can do it, and they don't ever have to tell another living soul. That president doesn't even have to know we have it. Do you know what I mean? And that's how
Harry
they.
Truman had no idea we had the atomic bomb until the day Franklin Roosevelt died.
Yeah.
Had no idea what was going on.
Absolutely. And then even at that point, when they've got all this different shit made, I mean, that everybody's always looking to one up everybody else. I mean, it's not like we ever really got out of the Cold War. So to keep keeping a head up on everybody, I mean, we got to have a way to fund it.
We ain't won a war since World War II.
Not a real one.
We haven't won. We had to win.
The first war in
Somebody
Iraq.
surrendered.
Right.
We went in there and just
We didn't get
whooped
nothing.
ass, though. I mean, we was like, I remember, I was like,
We didn't win nothing.
I was like 15, 16 years old when that war started, and my dad was like, you're going to end up having to go. It's like this. He goes, when you start a war, it doesn't last just 2 weeks. These wars are for a long time. He goes, he's like, you're gonna end up maybe having to go and fight in that shit. You should be worried about this. And I was like, it's going to be over in a month. And he was like, son, wars don't end in a month. But I'll be damned if they didn't. And when we bombed them for 2 months, and then we sent the ground troops in for 48 hours, show's over.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Little white
we
flags.
beat the shit out of them. We got great movies like Three Kings out of it. And that was it.
That's it.
And
Nothing
so
else.
we won that. We set out to do what we were going to do. Like, we should have done more. In hindsight, we should have done more, but we won.
I agree with us.
And George Bush doesn't stand on aircraft carriers with mission accomplished behind him for nothing. We won that one too.
Damn right.
We won.
Absolutely. We won that like 10 years ago. We're still in it, but
George Bush sitting there nodding when Charlie Sheen says, duh, winning. George Bush is like, right.
I get that. So I get it. I know exactly what he's saying. No, I agree with them bombing Libya right now because everybody else is with us this time. You know what I'm saying? It's not like another Afghanistan or Iraq actually they're probably with us, and not another Iraq where all the world hates us for doing it.
Right.
Everybody's in, man. They're all in.
I think everybody would have been in on the second time we went to war with Iraq if we would have said, look, we're not looking for, because when the weapons didn't show up,
That's
it
when
fucked
there was a
everything up.
problem.
If Bush would have even stood up and go, look, man, that dude tried to kill my dad. We're like,
Yeah,
well, let's
I
go
can see
take him
that.
out.
Yeah, let's go kill him.
That's what we do. Fuck with us, we fuck with you,
Yeah.
But, I mean, or if they would have said, look, if we don't go take Saddam Hussein out, we're going to be paying $8 a gallon for gas by the end of the week.
Yeah,
all
but
right?
what?
And we're like, whoa, go.
But what are we doing in Libya though? I mean, like we're not there to
He
get
is trying
anything.
to kill. He's trying to kill his own people.
Yeah, dude, he's like genocide over there, man. He's
Right.
just trying to wipe his
He's just
own
wiping
people out.
I mean,
If you say that you're against him, like
but-
then you get executed.
Yeah,
you
but
can't
that's,
do it.
Big shout out to Kyle Wampler. That's Kyle Wampler. Kyle Wampler, otherwise known as Jared Wampler's brother. Thanks to Jared Wampler's brother for being such a dedicated Chris Sabo Power Hour fan. That's Kyle Wampler, Jared Wampler's brother. Thank you, Jared Wampler's brother. Kyle Wampler.
Yeah, it's the same
UN,
shit that's
dude.
been going on in Africa for.
Right.
Ever.
Africa don't have oil.
They got diamonds.
They do have diamonds.
Yeah.
It's a diamond factory on planet
That's
Earth.
a UN deal, man. When one country's acting like that,
That's
I mean,
stupid.
They
all
also have
unite
AIDS,
and they go over there.
we kind of stick. We try to stay away from that because there's a lot of blood splatter in
Yeah.
war.
Yeah.
Shit, buddy.
It's a lot of HIV
Africa could
positive.
take
blood
I'll tell you,
splatter.
all you gotta have in Africa to win a plane.
Africa could come over here and take over the United States if we just move. We're like, no, I fight you. They just walk.
They
I
just
don't
come
know
around
what
the
it.
corner and we're like, fuck.
Damn, they caught on.
Get the kids.
We just have to put a
gotta
gun
go.
in Magic Johnson's hands and just hope he comes. Just hope he can wipe every one of them out. They're all frail and sickly anyway. Magic Johnson could take them all out.
Oh, God. I was wondering how long into the show we were going to offend somebody.
Right, there we go.
And we still haven't even talked about Japan yet.
But yeah, I totally agree with the whole Libya thing. For whatever reason, our job is to police the world at this point, which we won't be for long.
Yeah,
We're
see,
gonna
that's
do that,
why
but
I disagree with it though, because I don't think it should be just our job to do it.
it's
Well,
not our job. Britain, France, they're all with us right now.
Yeah, when's the last
We're not the
fucking
only
time?
ones doing
When's
it.
the last fucking time Britain's like, all right, we're sending all our fucking troops down there to get this shit on hold? You know what I mean? It's always America. England's like, oh, okay, well we'll go, 3,000 troops, and we're like, all right, well we've got the other 200,000.
Yeah, everybody else just goes, hey, man, we are behind you the whole way. And when we say that, we mean that literally. We will be right behind you.
I think, dude,
all
I
8
think
of us.
Yeah. And while you guys are out in the front lines actually dying, we'll be the ones behind you going,
Cooking.
go get them, kids.
Dude, I think that all these other countries do that on purpose, man. They go, America will go over there and do that shit. We'll send a couple of our people. America will do it.
That's
And
why
they can't
it-
afford
that-
for anything to happen to America, though. We buy all their shit. We don't make anything anymore.
Right,
We buy everything
right.
of theirs.
Right.
So they
and-
can't let anything really happen to America. That's why nothing happens on our soil. One, we don't have any natural resources, and two, the whole world, you cannot mess with America. Not because we're badasses, because you can't afford for us to go down, because we buy everything from around the world. We don't make anything. We buy it all.
Are there? I'm curious to know, and I don't know. I'm just speculating. Do other countries and stuff have like as many, like as plentiful farms as we do in America? Because I'm pretty
Depending
sure
on the
we
crop.
have like 9 states just
No.
dedicated to growing food.
I mean, they have certain crops like rice
Dude,
and
China
shit like
has
that,
more-
but
China has more farmers than anywhere.
I'm sure. Yeah, I didn't
They have
think
more
about that.
people.
Rice paddies. Yeah.
No, yeah, there's just, there's a lot,
What? I'm serious. They
That's
grow
why-
shit
that's like the
everywhere,
only
so they-
natural. That's like the only natural resource that America actually makes, and like from a raw material to the finished product is farming. That's like the only damn thing we make anymore.
We got-
we make bullets and bombs,
Bullets,
yeah,
and fighter jets,
and hamburgers.
and bazookas and grenade launchers.
and we put cars together. They probably don't. I don't know this. They probably don't make the parts. They just put them together. But but yeah, man, nobody can afford to mess with America because we buy all their shit. It's kind of like if Walmart, one dude comes in every day and
Yeah.
buys up the whole store. That one dude, it'd be just like when that dude walks in one day, you just kill him. That's not very good for business.
Right.
Yeah, that's why they don't fuck with America. So we're actually sitting pretty until we destroy ourselves.
Well, just as recently as like 70 years ago, there was like 55% of the country was agrarian, or 70% of the country was agrarian. They grew their own food. And now it's the opposite. 30% of the country does. And when we start having to depend on these farmers and food starts, and then the cost of shipping food across country starts going up,
Yeah.
we're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, they can't eat into the. I mean, any law that eats into the farmers' profits. I mean, against, man. The farmers got to be the ones making some money, because they're the only ones in this country that fucking make anything.
Yeah.
I have a question about law I'd like to bring up to you guys.
Thai law?
And you could, yes. You guys can debate on whether or not you think this bill should be introduced. If they have rules restricting drinking and driving and texting and driving, should there be a rule that says that you have to have your pet in some sort of restraint while you're driving? Like, I'm talking about old ladies who drive with their fucking dogs on their lap.
Yeah, I mean, it's a distraction, just like anything else.
It's like having a kid without a seatbelt.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, that's the point that I would want to bring up, is that a lot of these old ladies that drive with their precious little dogs in their laps, they think of their dog as like their child,
Yeah.
and
Because the shriveled up old wounds can't
you would
produce.
put that little 3-pound dog in your lap, and if you're in an accident and the airbag deploys, it's going to blow that dog to smithereens.
Blow it up.
It's going to destroy that dog.
Just smack it
okay?
like a cockroach.
You're not only going to get a pretty nasty bump on your head,
It's
but
gonna
you're going to have dog guts all over you.
Yeah, it's gonna fucking pop like a water balloon, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Skapat!
Right. And I mean, I was going somewhere the other day, and there was a lady in front of me, and you could see the dog, like, hind legs on her lap and front, like, paws out hanging out the window. in the front seat, and she's like swerving all over the road, you know. And like it was like I thought it was a danger. Like I need to keep my eye on this broad. Like it's worse. Like there's so many things you got to worry about when you're out on the road. Like women drivers, especially if they're backing up. You also got to worry about people texting and driving and drinking and driving and stuff like that. But you also have to worry about people with the mobile meth labs now.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like that trunk is smoking. I better slow down.
Could blow up any minute.
Okay, I want to take the next right.
The drinking and driving thing, man, I was like maybe halfway down 270 on my way home at 340 and hit a beer can that someone had like freshly tossed out the window. So
Right.
Fucking keep it classy, West County.
Well, you know, everybody works a different shift. They're just getting off work and
I was getting off work.
right. You know, you ever stopped in for a beer after you got off work?
Not usually.
They're tasty right when you get off work.
Oh,
ain't
yeah,
they?
I agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, they talked me into a beer, so let's take a break, and we'll be back. And
You're gonna have to go to the store and get it.
it's been one for Japan. It's been two for Japan.
Yeah, they had one.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Daryl Buchanan. Most know me as DJ. Swerving Podcasts on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. Check in every Sunday for the episodes. I got a new podcast called the Big Hungry and Swerve Movie Podcast. I'll be every Wednesday on the same platform. Be sure to check that out. Also got a detailing business. Be sure to check that out. Swerve Auto Detail on Facebook, Instagram. My phone number is 573-327-1473. I run rates at $125 for a full inside and out detail. Have a summer package, you can get you 5 cleans for $225. Like I said, that's Swerve Auto Details on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm your boy, Swerving Podcast, baby.
That was.
We're back.
Yeah, way to go, Danny.
It's what now? Our
Fucking stepped
80th
all over
commercial
me now,
break.
didn't you?
Right, we did a little break there, and I didn't say what we were playing going into the break. And
We just had a 10-minute conversation that right when we come back, I was going to go, man, that's amen. Amen's the shit and all this stuff. And you just fucking stepped right over me. Yeah. Harry just got done talking.
Yeah.
1 second ago.
Yep.
are you just saying yep now? Or are you paying attention to what Chuck's saying?
What was that?
right.
That was funny, though.
No, please go ahead. Talk about how badass Amen is.
Yeah, they are. Very. There we go.
Moving on.
I had a whole damn thing set up, but Danny fucking pissed right on it.
Sorry, I actually didn't hear him.
Here's Chuck going
He
up
was
in a hot
less
air.
than a foot away from you.
Here's like
Here's
facing you
Chuck
guys,
going
so
up in
I
a
can
hot
see
air
him.
balloon. Okay, and Danny holding a shotgun.
Yeah.
Danny, do not shoot the hot air balloon with that shotgun.
Hey, look, a
He's
hot
like
air
going
balloon.
right. Danny, do whatever you do not shoot the hot air balloon.
Shoot anything
with that
but.
shotgun. You can shoot the shotgun.
Right.
We're not saying that you can't shoot the shotgun. Just don't shoot it at the hot air balloon.
Did you say shoot the
Pow!
hot air
Like
balloon?
that, like that. I would just Danny, don't shoot the shotgun at the hot air balloon. Bang. That's how. And then he'd be like, "Oh, don't
Don't.
shoot it."
My bad.
That's where I went wrong. You were saying not to do it.
Guess we need somebody else on the show now.
I think we're going to need 2 new people because you killed Chuck and you're probably going to jail for it.
Oh, yeah.
And I will testify against you in a court of law.
Oh, yeah, I testify against you for anything.
Can I get an interview on a conjugal visit?
No.
No, I don't mean like sex in an interview. I mean just like the interview during a conjugal visit. Like, skip the sex. Because
You're
they
not
still
married.
call it a conjugal visit.
You and her ain't married.
Right.
You can't get a conjugal.
Can't get no
visit.
conjugals.
Oh.
I don't think there are conjugal visits in
Gonna have to
You
run
better
Missouri.
get on that then.
I don't think that there
Put a
are.
ring on her
I
finger.
don't think there are conjugal visits in Missouri.
There is a
penal
conjugal
system.
visit chair in the
You
other
want
room.
one, don't you? Yeah.
That's what that chair is in there.
Yeah, swear to God.
That sounds so disgusting.
Isn't it? It's
Yeah.
so comfy, though. Did you ever sit in it?
I think I've sat in it a couple of times. I don't think I will anymore. It's kind of cool sitting outside doing this, but I keep trying to, like, hey, who's that coming down the street? Oh, another person that I don't know.
Right. More strangers. Huh,
Right.
Interesting.
There is a black girl across the street, and Dwayne is full hard on right now.
She doesn't count. I wouldn't hit on her because I'm at home. Like, if we were in, like, Memphis,
Shit.
I'd be all about it.
I hear you. Remember that one time I rode the trolley like 3 hours? It was awesome. Have I
Just
told that
picking
story on here yet?
Yeah, I think so. You just picking up black chicks.
Yeah, because it was cool.
Just
Because
She would get on
and
it.
get
she
off.
more-
Yeah.
Get on.
it was just like a buffet. Like if you piss two of them off, well, they get off at the next stop. Then
Yeah.
two more come on. You're like, all right, fresh start.
It's like Shoney's if you only get 2 dishes at a time.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, don't bring up hand lotion this time. I know black people like hand lotion, but don't bring it up.
It smell lovely. What is that? Shea butter? Shut down.
Is that Suave very moisturizing, deep sensitive?
When I was in high school, I was with this black chick, and she stayed at my house all the time, you know. And the shit that she had for her hair was unbelievable. It was just lining the shelf in my bedroom. I was like, where does this shit even... I've been to Walmart. I ain't never seen it. But I guess there ain't no reason for me to go in that section either.
Right.
So
I worked at the dollar store like a long time ago.
I remember
They
that.
had a little section of black hair products. I'm like, really, in this town? There's not really a market for that.
No, out here they're just not buying.
No, they're not a lot of shoppers for that.
will you
around.
grow out your hair, Chuck, so that we can try to do some black people shit to it?
Jerry curl it up.
I mean, grow it out and let it all. We'll get it all kinked up, and then we'll try to put like some straightener in it. You know, see if we can get it just oil based. See if the water beads off your head. Come on,
That's another.
Oh man.
that's me, myself, and Irene again.
I said.
See,
Do you remember when I said that to Matt? He started fucking dying laughing. I was like, we were joking around about it, and
he was
about that
barbecuing,
not being
but-
his kids.
Right,
yeah.
right.
And somebody said something about the kids' dicks being as big as them sausages. I go, is that why the water beads off their hair? He's like, you motherfucker. Wow.
That reminds me of another funny story. I was at a bar a couple weeks ago, and I saw some guys that I hadn't seen in a long time. Where the bar closed down around in the parking lot. We're getting ready to leave, and this black guy comes up to one of the dudes I was with, who's mixed, right? Comes up to him, goes, "What are you, man? Latin?" He goes, "No, dude, I'm just straight black and white."
That's funny.
And me and the other dude that was with him, man, we were just dying laughing. We thought, I mean, that was one of the funniest things I'd heard. I was like, now you hang out with this guy way more than I do. Has he ever said anything more brilliant than that? He's like, he said stuff way stupider, but that might be one of the funniest things he's ever said, dude.
That's funny.
He's like, I'm just straight black
And white.
and white. Straight black and
That's
white.
good.
So, do you want to talk about Japan? I mean, it's kind of a bummer, and I mean, I'm sure that at some point I'll have plenty of jokes about it. I kind of have one, but
Yeah,
It's
I'm,
kinda
I'm
like-
waiting for something else to happen there.
It's
yeah, I
kind
don't
of
think it's over. That's my thing. It's
Yeah.
like, it's gonna, you know, they made some sequels to Godzilla, folks.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna
So there's some shit coming.
I'm gonna hold my breath till it's over.
Seeing the videos of like seeing water on fire, that amazes
insane.
me. That amazes me. I know that it's possible, you know, and you know there's gas in the water and it ignites and it just rolls on
It's
top of the
still
water.
fucking cool.
But it's cool to see.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's been some. That was nuts watching what was going on over there.
Did you hear about the guy they found 8 days after the first tsunami?
what?
Yeah, no deadly injuries. He was just like starving and dying of thirst.
Well, sure.
Floating in the sea?
No, I don't know if they found him floating in the sea or where they found him, but yeah, 8 days after the
If
first
they
tsunami.
found him on land, that's not really a discovery.
These
the
Japanese,
next
man,
day,
they don't fuck around.
they found a woman and a child. 9 days after the first tsunami. That is fucking nut. Grandma,
A grandmother and a child.
81 years
Wow.
old. It must have not been that
Those-
bad.
I'm telling you, man.
Or she's got a dragon living in her belly.
That's
or
the way I
something.
look at it anyway. It's like Katrina, but I don't give a fuck about it.
Right.
That's the way I look at it. Oh,
They're showing everybody how to handle a disaster, though. Putting the way people reacted in New Orleans and elsewhere to
yeah.
shame. The way they just like
Yeah,
was
you know
quiet
what?
about it.
Actually, George Bush probably cares more about this one than he did Katrina, just for no reason.
Is there a Japanese rock band that could somehow piss off George Bush, and he could say that was the worst moment of his
Yeah.
post-presidency,
Oh shit.
like the chicks from Kill Bill, or I don't know, something like that.
Like
The
George
thing
Takei
that
could say
I
better.
thought was kind of had me scratching my head was that, like, at the nuclear reactors now, they're pouring water on it. And I'm like, isn't that what caused the problem in the first place?
Not really. Well,
It was water, dude.
yeah, when they were that hot, it's like a temperature shock, almost kind of like it was an explosion that first time. But I think there's a really good detailed chart that talks about all the different reactors and the states of all of them, and it's got really great explanation. If you guys want me to look it up, for just
I thought you were going to be the
Sure,
I
we'll
was,
sit here for 10 minutes. Just go ahead and look that up.
No, I mean you
Should
guys can
be
carry
very
on.
entertaining.
I'll just pop in.
I was sitting there thinking, my God, Danny's the go-to guy on
No
Japan
shit,
tsunami and
fuck,
shit
I
like
know
that.
him such a-
Hey man, if you guys are on Twitter, follow Reuters, Reuters. That's like the best international news thing that I have found. It is
Do
like
you want to tell him
I
that it's
don't-
pronounced Reuters, or do you want me to?
Yeah,
It's
that-
Reuters.
Reuters.
Reuters news service, right? They've only been around since.
How
like,
about the
Never heard of them.
right?
Must not be that impressive.
Gilbert Godfrey getting fired for roasting the
Dude,
for roasting the
His
tsunami?
jokes were not that.
There
Hulk
was-
Hogan got in trouble as well. He was on his wrestling show and said that his group was coming through like a tsunami. He didn't even. He was like,
Come on.
didn't even realize that he had said it because he's so old and dumb now. But like, so I had to point out, hey, you realize there was a tsunami that just killed 8,000 people in Japan. He was like, oh, really? Like, not even aware that it didn't even happen.
You know, that thing with Gilbert might actually be proof that if you say a joke and it's hilarious, you can get by with it. But if it's not funny, you get in trouble for it.
Yeah, because some of his were kind of bombs.
I mean, it wasn't all that good. But the thing with him, though, and I feel like I'm ripping this off of Howard, but it's the truth. He is the most offensive human being
Yeah.
to ever walk the face of the earth. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
But that's what he does. He offends.
Yeah.
He's
That's
ruthless
That's
on
his,
everything.
I wouldn't even say it's his shtick. It's like his
Man,
person.
dude.
That's
He
why.
rips everything apart.
That's why Ricky Gervais getting in trouble for what he did at the Golden Globes was so shocking to me. That's what he does,
exactly.
and
That's-
you hired him thinking that he wasn't going to do what he does.
exactly.
You know,
That's what Gilbert does, and you're shocked when he does it. I mean,
yeah.
dude, you can't.
I just think it. I mean, why would you
can't
hire the
fire
guy in the first place if you know that he's going to have to?
right?
You're eventually going to have to end your, the whole duck thing. Like, now you've got to spend all that money on marketing again. Like, you're going to have to fire the guy at some point when you hire him because he is who he is. You could say
Or
anything.
let it roll because you know
The
who you're
president
hiring.
could get shot and he would roast the fuck out of that.
I think that they should keep him because he was in the news like crazy for it. That's good publicity, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get pissed. He's an offensive comic. That's what he does. He offends, and then he offends, and you get mad. No. That's like inviting Charlie Sheen to your fucking bachelor party, and he might get he starts acting out, and you get upset.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody thinks it's funny until they're the one in the crosshairs,
Right.
and then they're just offended. It was
It's
like
okay,
we
it's
had to deal
okay,
with the
but
same
not my
thing
backyard.
being South Park fans. We had to deal with Isaac Hayes. I know the guy's dead now, but anyway, when South Park made fun of every religion out there, and Chef had a part in all of it, then all of a sudden they make fun of the Mormons, and Chef quits. You know what I mean? Because everything was funny until it was pointed at him,
Right.
and his religion.
That's the not in my backyard mentality, man.
Right.
Everything's cool, but not in my backyard.
Yeah, that's
ridiculous,
That's the
man.
keystone of hypocrisy.
It is, man. The Gilbert thing drove me crazy, man. I know he's got kids shows and all that shit, but he's fucking Gilbert first and foremost.
Right.
That's the deal. So that's what you signed up for. You knew what you were getting.
I always have found it hard to believe that that's his natural voice.
I think it is, man.
That he just sounds like a really.
He just
He's a-
amps it up when he's on
Yeah,
stage.
he amps it up a
Yeah.
bit, but it is his voice.
Yeah, that's how
so-
he sounds,
Like if you
I
listen to him, like on Ford Fairlane and stuff, I think that's his
Yeah.
real voice. He was talking like normal, but it was still him. Like he sounded like that.
Well, while we're on this topic, why didn't that win more Oscars?
Ford Fairlane?
I know.
Dude, okay. I watched it the other day. I do this a lot. I watch a movie from way back, like that I thought was funny when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want to see if I think it's funny still. And a lot of times, no.
new.
Right.
But dude, that is classic, man. I watched it the other day. Wow, it's a
I
great
watched
movie.
I watched an old movie that I liked when I was a kid the other day to see if I'd still liked it. Remember The Prophecy? with
I
Christopher
recorded
Walken.
that the other day, and I watched it yesterday.
Dude, it's bad. It's just
It's not
really
good.
bad.
It's
like
not
the
good.
dialogue is just awful, and it's just wooden.
I
and
watched
just,
it in probably 30 minutes because I wanted to watch it because we used to watch it and think it was awesome.
Yeah.
And so I kept fast forwarding it. No, that dude that plays the main part, he's terrible.
Yes,
Fast forward,
that
fast
whole
forward,
storyline,
fast
that whole part of it, it's like all I want to do is see Gabriel, and I'm out.
And Satan. I liked Satan on it.
Satan,
too.
Viggo Mortensen.
Gabriel and Satan. That's
Yeah,
it. Was
right.
that Viggo Mortensen?
Yeah,
He did good on it.
Yeah.
I thought he did good.
Yeah,
but
he
yeah, the
played
movie's
Lucifer.
terrible.
Yeah,
man.
it's really
that
bad.
little girl. Oh my God, she was so bad.
right. We're just like I love ripping like little kids' performances apart. Like I didn't like the new Karate Kid movie until the last like 15 seconds of it, and I was just like, this fucking kid got a job because of who his parents is. He's a horrible actor, and I'm sort of thinking, God, he's like 11. What am I doing?
Just
I'm just
ripping his ass.
It's like, hey, it's like when a bitch steps up to you. She puts herself in a man's world, she's gonna get knocked the fuck out. Them kids they put themselves in that world, they're gonna get bitched at if they're terrible.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Did we already talk about the Karate Kid movie?
Yeah.
You guys all liked it, and I didn't.
I was
I
a different
enjoyed
one.
it.
I didn't really I care less either. Actually, I had it recorded on my DVR. Once I watched that race, I'll never watch that thing again.
Right.
Yeah, once is enough for me. I didn't think that he was as bad as you think he was, though. Was he the one that was in The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith?
Yep.
Is that him?
Dude, he was good in that. That movie made me cry my eyes out, man. At the end, he's walking down the street. You know, he's a success or whatever. He's walking down the street, and this dude comes walking towards him and points at him, and he points back at him. That's the real dude. You know, it's based on a true story. So that's
I knew
cool.
that.
That's how it ends, like them two pointing at each other.
Okay,
That's pretty cool, man.
I didn't know
I will sing the praises of Will Smith,
Wikipedia
though.
would.
I don't care how cheesy his movies are. I will go watch them.
I think he's great.
I love it. Ali is one of my favorite movies ever.
I love how he got into that role, man. I mean, he nailed it, dude. Oh, I thought he nailed Ali.
I thought it was good.
He nailed the character. The only problem I had with Ali was that like it was to try to make people fans of Muhammad Ali, whereas like if you were already a fan of Muhammad Ali, you wanted so much more out of that movie. You know what I mean? You wanted the details about him, you know, and they just hit the highlights of, you know.
That's
like,
the crazy thing about Ali. If you really wanted to make an Ali movie, it had to be like 6 hours, man. That dude lived
I
a
would
life,
watch it.
man. I mean, he lived a life. Coming from absolute squalor, man, to the top of the world and then pissing off the world and coming back and making the world love him. I mean, his life was unreal.
There's and we've talked about that before, like icons that are ahead of their time. Like he went out and protested the Vietnam War, and the country was still pro-war at the time.
Yeah.
And then slowly but surely, the country came around to his way of thinking.
He's like Dixie Chicks.
Right. He
Yeah.
was the Dixie Chicks of his day.
Yeah.
Oh, Muhammad Ali. All right, we're gonna take a break.
This video is brought to you by the Wellness Investors. The Wellness Investors are a collective of individuals with uniquely diverse backgrounds. Our goal is to inspire, motivate, and entertain. Visit thewellnessinvestors.com and start enhancing your life, one sector at a time.